when I see veterans that have gone from a moment of despair to now thriving, a lot of times the community's better.
Always.
The community's better. They're active. They want to coach local high school. They want to coach. They want either be high school, their kids. They get more active in your Rotary, the Elks Lodge, right? Veterans don't, especially with our younger generation of veterans, they're not really flocking to the VFW and the American Legion and those traditional organizations in the way that they operate. They're looking for more connection, right? It's raising kids is different than it was even 20 years ago.
Right.
And it takes a full family effort. So a lot of these traditional organizations, they will, they kind of separate the family, and they want to be places where the whole family can come together, where they can energize and do great things. They really want to help. They want to show off the best of their service. A lot of times is where they come from. And they're always thankful. Always thankful. They want to, and they bring more veterans into my office for me to help, to tell you the truth. So the goal is to help every veteran the best way I can so they can bring more into me.
You said that once veterans stabilize, they often make phenomenal employees. Why do you think veterans are such an asset in the workforce? This is the part that I want people to understand. The part that, I mean, if I can get anybody to take anything away from this podcast, it would be these people are so talented. They're loyal. They're hardworking. They're self-motivated. Okay. But people struggle in the transition.
They struggle in the transition. And for the most part, I might be an outlier in how I say this, but we need to do a better job of showing ourselves off. There's somewhere along the line, veterans getting compensation became like a badge of honor, like it's a thing of what you need to do. And we talk about it in neighborhoods. We talk about it at work. I got PTSD. I'm getting 70%. I'm getting money. And that doesn't help you at the workforce. Right. We can reach out for help. We can do what we want to do. There's certain, like for me being a Marine, right? There's certain aspects that I want to live up to in my civilian life. And one of them is being able to get through. Right. So even though when I'm struggling mentally and having problems, me and my wife have a good rule. Don't let the outside world see the real you sometimes. So come back into the house. Whatever is triggering me, use my team, my resources, right? You're on my team. Somebody I'll reach out to if I'm having a hard time.
Absolutely.
Help me get recentered so that way the world's not seeing the worst part of me.
This is never going to be fixed, ever.
It's never going to be fixed.
It's not going to be fixed unless you have a program,
you got
a mental health program with a therapist who you're therapeutic aligned with, you have a therapeutic alliance with, and you dig in to the trauma. TMS works great. DBT works great. Okay. All of it. There's so many modalities, but you have to be put in the bosom of professionals that know how to deal with this. And you guys are getting the short end of the stick on this, man.
Well, I use it myself. So I was in corporate industry, right? And I worked for a veteran-friendly company. They're veteran-friendly. However, I was required to work every Veterans Day. Trying to get time off to go to a VA exam. You got to go to another exam and all the questions. Okay. I guess my headaches aren't that bad. I guess I'll keep going through work. The problems that you're having, companies need to realize you're taking people on that have been taught a way of life. You do your job, you do it to the best of your capability, great things are going to happen. They need to tap into that and give them coaching at work.
That's right.
A mentorship program. Somebody of success that understands how to bring this person along. When I
take you by the hand and walk you through it so that they can show you the way.
Like we have a good internship program in Nevada County where we bring service members on and during the last 6 months of service. And one of the things two things I tell them, your emails are your job interview. Always know everybody's going to see an email before they ever see your face. So make sure you're writing a good professional email that doesn't have a bunch of, there's no need for emojis. There's no things. Always just be professional.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're in your boss's office and they're reading a book on leadership, read that book. Your bosses want somebody that's going to think like them and do the same things. Read the book. Know where they're going. The books, everybody's reading the same books. Veterans, if you're not reading these books on leadership and doing these things, you're a step behind. It wasn't until Nevada County invested in me and started teaching me different leadership traits that I had fallen away from in the Marine Corps, and getting real coaching and understanding how to be an inclusive leader and all these great things that I try to be on a daily basis. Having somebody actually teach me and show me that they care and they want to see me better, and having seen one of my meltdowns at work, right, and knowing we got to take care of this guy. And over the last 4 years since they've invested in me, I've just grown exponentially. And I can just, from my experience, it's not that the therapy is important, right? Having somebody to talk to, but having a coach, somebody you can talk to, like how do I go into this meeting with my boss that is bothering me without it looking, because there's issues you can talk to with bosses, and having a format to go in there to make it look, to let them know you're in control of the situation, but you still want to talk about it with them to let them know what's going on. Just the things that have helped me grow as a leader.
Yeah, you know what, man, I got to tell you, I've treated so many veterans over the years, and I got to tell you, they're the easiest people to treat. They just are. Because if you say soldier, it's muscle memory. And then you just give them a hug and you say, we don't do that here, man. Mm-hmm. Come on. You throw a cigar in his pie hole and you go smoke a cigar and you relax for a half hour and he's a new person. I mean, really, you know how the saying goes, it takes a village. Okay. I think you used that too, didn't you? Yeah. Okay. It takes a village to encircle a damaged human being. It doesn't matter who it is, and gently move them through that process. And what happens is I've never seen, and I know this isn't about drugs and alcohol, even though there's a ton of abuse and self-medication because they're depressed and lonely and unseen. But I've never seen anyone get sober or get mentally right and then not be 300 to 400% better than they've ever been, right? So they're going to be the most loyal employee. They're going to be the best employee. They're going to be, they're going to be the most conscientious, right? They'll take a bullet for you, essentially, because I see how you talk about the people that gave you that support in Nevada County. And you're the best employee there. You don't say it because you can't say it. You'd never say it. Okay. But I know it because of the gratitude.
Well, yeah, they took me when I was broken. I became a veteran services officer after being in private industry in Bakersfield, selling chemical in the oil patch. Made a lot of money. Me and my wife were close to getting a divorce. Really bad mentally, coming home. I almost became a statistic. The VA overprescribing me Xanax, just turning me into a zombie. First time I ever got addicted to anything, and that was the thing that's with the doctor's name on the bottle.
And it's hard to get off those benzos.
And I did it. Moving my family up to Sacramento without having a job. My wife was going to be moving back and forth while she's a nurse. And I got offered the job on my birthday. Interviewed, got offered on my birthday.
Happy birthday.
Started September 10th. And I was hungry and I wanted to prove that they hired the right person. And I just started going and steamrolling. And you get, when you have positive people wanting you to do well and telling you you're important, it means a lot. And it goes back to the leadership traits you're taught in the Marine Corps. The best leaders, you show up on time, show up early, be present, look good, and eat last. If you're a leader, eat last. It's the simplest things, and as long as you continue to do it, you're gonna connect with the veterans in your community.
We're out of time. Please subscribe on YouTube, click the thumbs up, and leave a comment. Please subscribe on Apple Podcast and Spotify and leave a rating and a review. And share the We're Out of Time podcast with others you know who will get value out of it. See you next Tuesday.